first write down for the new topic, write down strength of bolt. So in the strength of bolt, we have discussed, sir, bolt can fail in two cases. Bolt can fail in shearing and bolt can fail in bearing. So I can say strength of bolt is equal to what? Minimum of shearing strength and you can say number 2 is your bearing strength. First one shearing strength and number 2 bearing strength. Now see, this shearing strength and bearing strength has bearing strength values or bearing strength given, these things have been given by IS code 800 2007. So as per limit stator method, IS 800 2007, you have to find out both shearing strength and bearing strength. Now again, let us first find out shear strength. So shear strength, so this is valid for one bolt. Shear strength valid for one bolt. So this is equal to design shear strength, DSB, design shear strength of bolt. Now see, what limit state method does in old methods, in old methods there is two conditions. Only we have taken the load factor, but in limit state method we take load factor, as well as we take the material factor. We take the load factor as well as we take the material factor. So here if I take whatever the strength it is, I will take some factor for the material. So design strength will be your net shear strength of the bolt divided by your material factor of safety for the bolt. Now how can I find out these values? So gamma MB, these things. So you can find out these values of gamma MB in, let me give you the table and pages. Table 5 for table 5 IS 800 2007. So you can find out or refer to this table. Now this portion 1 by gamma MB multiplied by net strength. Net strength is given by, it's very simple, search, we are multiplying or we are finding the strength of the shear portion. So shear portion means what? Shear portion means shear stress multiplied your shear stress multiplied your area. So shear stress of bolt, so F of UB, shear is there √3. Always remember in limit state method, whenever there is shear, it will be divided by √3. So shear stress of the bolt F of UB divided by √3 multiplied area NN ANB plus NS into ASB. I will discuss again what is these terms. So first one, what is the meaning of F of UB? F of UB is nothing but ultimate stress of the bolt. Ultimate stress of the bolt. How to find out the ultimate stress of the bolt? See, ultimate stress of the bolt is given for different type of bolt categories. Again sir, different type of bolt means you nothing but last class unfinished bolt, HSFG bolt. So let me give a simple part. So grade of bolt. Next one, yield stress. I am assuming F of YB, yield stress of bolt, and last one is ultimate stress. So this is your nothing but F of UB. Grade of the bolt, yield stress and ultimate stress. First one, grade 4.6. Generally in modern construction, minimum which is used is 4.6. We do not use 3.6 bolts nowadays. 3.6 is also there, but it is not used right now. So 4.6 yield stress, very simple, 4 into 60. But here you have to remember the value 400. This is in megapascal or Newton per square millimeter. Next one is grade 5.6, or rather let us take another one, 4.8. So 4 multiplied your 80. Here you have to remember the value 420. Next one, let us consider grade 5.6. So 5 multiplied 60 and it will be 500. Right? Let us consider grade 8.8, which is your 8 multiplied your 80. So this will be your 800, like this, and so on. Let us take grade 10.8. So 10 multiplied 8, or rather 10 multiplied 80. So it is also 1000, like this. Among these are actually your ordinary bolts. This is your HSFG bolt, right? Ordinary bolts, and this is your HSFG bolts. Now in our steel structure point, only grade 4.6 is sufficient, because all the questions will come from grade 4.6, right? So F of UB we have done. Next one, NN, ANB, NS, ASB. Now what is the meaning of these things? So again, shearing strength or shear failure we are considering. So let us try to just look at the diagram. Don't write down, just look at the diagram first. So here tensile force T, tensile force T. Now see, there is only one bolt I have provided here, and we are considering about a lap joint. We are considering only about lap joint. Now when you are considering this is the bolt, and the bolt is consisting of what? Sir, it is consisting of thread as well as it is consisting of shank. This part is your shank and this is your thread. So it means this shear failure, because we are discussing about the shear failure. So this shear failure or shear plane failure here, it may lie at the shank region or at the thread region, right? Suppose in the given question it is not mentioned the shear plane is lying where. So it means you can see for one bolt only one shear plane is present. If only one shear plane is present, it may either lie in the thread part or it may either lie in the shank area. So it means NN and NS. NN is nothing but number of shear planes intercepting without shank. So it means basically what is trying to say, number of shear planes at the thread. It is trying to say basically it is number of shear planes at the thread. So again, what is the meaning of A and B? A and B means without shank means what? It is at the thread. So A and B means thread area. Thread area means I can say 0.78 into pi by 4 into what? D square. Now what is about NS? NS means number of shear planes at the shank end line. So number of shear planes at shank. Similarly, ASB, area of the shank or cross sectional area of the shank. Cross sectional area of the shank. So this is for a single or simple lap joint concept. Only one shear plane is present. This may be either in the shank portion or in the thread portion. If it is not given in your question, tell me where should I consider the shear plane. I repeat, suppose in your given question it is not mentioned where the shear plane is lying. So what should I consider, shank area or at the thread area? Tell me. Correct, thread. It will be at the thread. Why? Why we should consider the thread line? Correct. Low area. Yes. Now looking at the equation, if I say, sir, if I take shank, so it means if I take shank, area will be more, shank area will be more. So if area is more, the value will be more, the entire DSB value, this value will be more. So if value is more, but in the construction what happens, the shear plane is lying on the thread, then what will happen? The value will become less. So that's why if in the given question it is not given any data shear plane lying part where it is lying, then always consider that shear plane is acting on the thread. Alright, so please remember this equation also, very important, and it will not be given in your exam. You have to remember the equation as per IS 800 2007. Now next, after shear strength, we will discuss the bearing strength. So if you want, you can note down quickly. So write down next part. Write down next one, design bearing strength. Write down design bearing strength of bolt. Design bearing strength of the bolt. So V of dPb equal to again net value divided by gamma mb. So I can say gamma mb multiplied 2.5 into kb into d into t. Sorry, multiplied f of u. Multiplied f of u. Not f of ub. Not f of ub. It is f of u. So why it is f of u? F of u denotes actually. F of u denotes actually the ultimate stress of the plate. What is the meaning of D? D is nothing but nominal diameter of the bolt. So D is your nominal dia of bolt. Next, what is the T? T is nothing but your minimum value of T1, T2. Similar to your riveted connections. If it is a lap joint, it will be minimum of T1 and T2. If it is a bar joint, it will be minimum of main plate, summation of cover plates. Next one is, sir, KB. KB is actually the value of minimum value among 4 cases. Minimum value among 4 cases. So first one E naught divided by 3 into DH, comma, P divided by P, correction, yeah, correct, P divided by 3DH minus 0.25, comma, F of UB divided by F of U, comma, 1.0. So what is the meaning? This one. So this one is nothing but E naught. E naught is nothing but end distance. Fine. If it is end distance, all right. And second one, DH. What is the meaning of DH? DH is nothing but hole diameter. DH is your hole diameter. F of UB, ultimate stress of the bolt, ultimate stress of the plate. So I guess everyone can find out the answers. From here you can find out the value KB. You can find out the value of this one. Now the question arises. This is a very tricky question or important question for interview. Sir, we are calculating, I repeat, sir, we are calculating the strength of the bolt. Sir, strength of the bolt. Design bearing strength of what? Of bolt. Right? Now, if I want to find out the strength of the bolt, what I will take, sir? Sir, bearing stress of the bolt multiplied contact area. I should take it, right? But why we are considering F of U as ultimate stress of the plate? Why not we are considering here F of UB? Why it is not F of UB? Why you are considering F of U? Very important questions for interview part. So unlike in the shear case, if you remember, or just in the previous case, we have done the shear strength of the bolt, right? In the shear strength of the bolt, you can check your copy. I have written F of UB divided by root 3, multiplied NN and something was there. So there we have taken ultimate stress of the bolt, right? Because we are calculating the strength of the bolt in shear. Here we are calculating strength of the bolt in bearing, but we are not taking the strength of the bolt. we are taking strength of the plate. Why? Now see here, first of all, we are actually calculating bearing strength of the bolt. So of course bearing is occurring on the bolt itself. If we are calculating the bearing of plate, then we will take the bearing stress of the plate. But here we are calculating of the bolt. So here bearing is also occurring, or contact area is also occurring on the bolt. There is no doubt about it. But here you can see it is a value of Kb. Now look at the equation. There is a part which is value of Kb. Now can I say for Kb is actually minimum of these values. Kb is minimum of these 4 values I have given. Now it means this Kb value can be also here, this one. Among these 4 cases, it is Kb can be this one also. Now imagine at a certain portion f of ub, Kb value I am taking f of ub divided by f of u. So f of u is getting cancelled now. Now it is actually representing the value of f of ub. So it means this f of u in the given equation, this f of u is in the given equation is actually given with respect of ultimate stress of the bolt. Like ultimate stress of the plate here it is given in the equation, but it is representing in some way the ultimate stress of the bolt. Right? So these are important 2 equations. Based on these, we have to find out the strength of the bolt. So quickly try to solve few questions. See, here Kb is given minimum value of these 4 values, right? So it means Kb can be any of them, right? So I am assuming for a certain portion Kb is actually I am taking this value. Kb I am assuming this is coming minimum value and I am taking this one, right? So when I am taking this value, this one to this one, so only Fu is getting cancelled and f of ub is remaining. So it means this equation becomes 1 by gamma mb 2.5 d into t multiplied f of ub. So when it is becoming f of ub, so actually in this equation f of ub is given in representation way of f of u. It means f of ub is actually nothing but kb into f of u. So we can say indirectly that f of ub equal to kb into f of u. Like equivalent stress is concrete, equivalent stress in concrete in the area of the steel, same concept here also. We are considering f of u value with respect of f of u. Fine. So write down one example. Example number 1. Write down. Calculate the strength. Write down the question. Calculate the strength of a 20 mm diameter bolt. Calculate the strength of a 20 mm diameter bolt. 20 mm diameter bolt of grade 4.6 grade 4.6 for the following 3 cases. For the following 3 cases. For the following 3 cases. So write down. The main plates. Write down. The main plates to be jointed. The main plates to be jointed. Main plates to be jointed are 12 mm thick. 12 mm thick. Full stop. Both main plates and cover plate is made of Fe410 steel. Both main plate and cover plate are made of Fe410 steel, right? So find out the strength. Find out the strength for case 1 lap joint. If it is connected by lap joint, Second, number 2, if it is connected by single cover bar joint, single cover bar joint with cover plate thickness equal to 10 mm. And number 3, case number 3, double cover bar joint when cover plate thickness has a, both the cover plates has a thickness of 8 mm or 8 millimeter each. Both are 8 millimeter each. Find out quickly. Find out the strength of the bolt in kilonewton. So first one, for case 1, I can say main plates are 12 mm thick, it is connected by lap joint. So main plate, another main plate. So I am assuming there is only one row of bolt, or some bolts are present, but I want to find out the bolt value itself. So bolt value equal to minimum of shear strength V and bearing strength. So I can say first one, shear strength equal to V or net shear strength divided by gamma mb, which is equal to 1 by 1.25 multiplied by f of ub divided by root 3 into nn multiplied by anb multiplied ns multiplied by asb. So I can find out further. So f of ub grade 4.6 is given here. So grade 4.6 means f of ub. You can check the calculation. F of ub, ultimate stress of the bolt of grade 4.6. You can check the table I have given, which is your 4.6. It will be 400 megapascal or Newton per millimeter square divided by root 3 into 1.25 multiplied this portion. Now when we are considering the lap joint, right, this lap joint, only one shear plane is present. So if only one shear plane is present here, so I can say there is no mention in the question that shear plane is lying on the shank or thread. So what I will assume? I will assume the lesser area. So lesser area means I will assume that shear plane will acting at the thread. Shear plane will acting at the thread. So thread means only one shear plane, it is 1, and shank will be here 0, this one. So I can say the equation here nn equal to 1, ns equal to 0. So nn 1 and area at the thread 0.78 multiplied pi by 4 into d square. D is what? D is your diameter of the bolt, 20 mm. So 20 whole square. So I can find out the shear strength, 45.27 kilonewton. Now what is the bearing strength? Bearing strength, we can say 1 by gamma mb 2.25 into kb, 2.5 into kb, 2.5 into kb, kb value we have to calculate, multiplied by d into t, multiplied your fu, right? Now you can say for the given question, sir, kb value is actually minimum value. So minimum value I can find out E naught by 3dh. So E naught 1.5 into 3dh, 1.5 into dh divided by 3 into dh, which is equal to 0.5. Next one is P by 3dh minus 0.25, which is equal to P divided by, so pitch distance. What is the minimum pitch distance? 2.5 into d, 2.5 multiplied by, so d means 20 and dh means 22. So 3 multiplied by 22 minus 0.25, 0.5075, and f of ub by f of u 400 divided by 410, 0.978. Next one 1.0. So I will take the minimum value, this one. So you can find out 1 by 1.25 multiplied by 2.5, kb 0.5, d 20, t T is minimum. This one and this one are same. Both are 12 multiplied by f of u 410. Why? Fe 510 steel plates. So you can find out the bearing strength. What is the bearing strength? What is the bearing strength here? So you can see it is getting cancelled. This one and this one getting cancelled. So 24 into 41. So I think 98.4, is it? Yeah, 98.4 kilonewton. 98.4 kilonewton. So this is your bearing strength. This is your shear strength. So I will take the minimum value. This one is your minimum value. So for the case 1, what is the value for strength of the joint? Strength of the joint for case 1 is 45.27 kilonewton. Now do the second part, single cover bar joint. So single cover bar joint, case 2. So I can say for case 2, single cover bar joint. So both our main plates are 12 millimeter thick like this. Force are applied like this way. So here I have applied one cover plate and I am assuming some bolts are connected on both the sides. But our target is find out the strength of one bolt. So for this case, shearing strength or shear strength, it will be what? So it will be again, I am writing directly now, f of ub divided by gamma mb multiplied by root 3 multiplied by nn into anb plus ns into asb. By looking at the equation, f of ub 400 divided by gamma mb 1.25, 1 by root 3 1.732 multiplied one shear plane. I repeat again, please everyone take care of this. We are calculating for only one bolt right now. We are not calculating for the entire joint or entire connection. For only one bolt, we can say only one shear plane. Or one shear plane means I will take at the thread. Thread means strength 0, thread 1. So 1 multiplied 0.78 multiplied pi by 4 into d square. D means what? 20 whole square. It will again same 45.27 kilonewton. Shear strength is done. Bearing strength. So bearing strength I can find out again which is equal to 2.5 into kb 0.5 divided by gamma mb 1.25 multiplied by d into t into f of u, right? This is getting cancelled. So 1 multiplied by d 20 t. T is nothing but what is the cover plate? 10 mm, 12 mm, 12 mm. So cover plate will be taken as 10 multiplied by f of u 410. So it will be 200 multiplied by 41. So 41 into 2, 82 kilonewton. So this is your 45.27, 82. So strength or bolt strength equal to minimum value 45.27 kilonewton. This is for, again I am repeating, one bolt. Last part, third case. Now third case, sir, double cover bar joint. So case 3. Quickly, case 3. So I can see for double cover, this is your one bolt acting like this. It is connected on both the sides. So 2 bolts on both the sides. Alright. So what I can see for here, shear strength is equal to only one change in the problem. You can see for this double cover bar joint, shear plane here, shear plane here. So 2 shear planes. Again, it is not mentioned where the shear plane is lying or where the shear plane is acting. So where should I consider the shear plane? Of course, in the thread. 2 shear planes again did not mention anything. So we should take both as shear planes at the thread. We should always take, if it is not mentioned, shear planes at the thread. If it is mentioned, then no problem, take it accordingly. So I can take both the shear planes at the thread. So what is the answer for this case? It will be f of ub. So f of ub divided by gamma mb multiplied root 3 multiplied nn anb ns asb. So f of u be 400 divided by 1.25 into root 3 multiplied see shrank, there is no shear plane, 0, thread it will be 2. Alright, if it is 2, so 2 multiplied in a and b 0.78 multiplied pi by 4 into d square, d is nothing but 20 square. So I can find out multiplied by this value 90.54 kilonewton. First one we have done. Write down. Next one, bearing strength. So for bearing strength, you can find out it will be same 2.5 into kb by gamma mb multiplied d into t multiplied f of u. So it will be 2.5 into kb, so 0.5 gamma mb 1.25 multiplied d. D is we know 20. Now what is the meaning of T, sir? T is nothing but this is your 12 mm, this is your main plate 12 mm. Both the main plates are 12 mm and cover plates are given as 8 mm thick. This is 8 mm, this is 8 mm. So I will say 12 comma 8 plus 8. So it will be minimum value. Minimum of these two will be 12 mm. So I will take T equal to 12 multiplied by f of u, which is equal to again 410. So I will get the answer 98.4 kilonewton. So from these two cases, minimum value is this one, and this is your nothing but the strength of the bolt in double butt joint or double cover butt joint.